Today is June 22. Yes, Starmer's out. That's just the beginning. Trump is over at Camp David. He's bringing them all down from there. That's his war room right now. I'm going to get into all that stuff. Yeah. The whole world's going crazy as what the sleepers think, right? But actually, this is a designed, controlled demolition of all the you know what, the gators out there. I have to be nice. I'm going to try to control myself today, because the more I dig, the more angry I get. And I recommend everybody go out there and do their own research. I do it. I do my research because I love it. I am told by the universe to do what I do. That's why I'm here. Yes, when this world, explodes through the EBS and all this disclosure happens and people are watching it for the first time on TV, the whole world's going to go crazy. They're going to lose their SHIT. Yep. Except for us. We're prepared for this. We'll be the light. We'll be the pillars. Okay? That will be the limestone of this world. We are the beacons of light and love. Yes, it's hot. We're still not feeling the real heat. I mean, we're, 20, 25, it's just like 75, 80. It's not like steaming hot here in Western Canada. And we have clouds coming over every day, gives us a little sprinkle, cools things down. Starmer resigned this morning, yes, and we can thank Trump for that, and many, many more resignations are coming because of Trump. He's basically getting on the phone. He says, time to pack your shit, right? You're no longer needed on this chessboard. Excuse me. That's what's happening. These players are being removed, and they are. This is what's happening. Starmer's just is gone. Carney, Macron, Merce, Maloney, Italy, Merce is Germany, Macron, France, Carney's Canada, Albanese is Australia, BB, where he's at, and Luxon out of New Zealand. They're all going. They're all out of here. And once they get, removed, probably removed, these guys will all go publicly. I guess they're going to go to their podium and say, it's been a wonderful time, and, I have to resign this most important job of the country, of my responsibilities, and all this other absolute BS. They are, at best, stolen money off, and they're going to go to their yachts and sniff that white powder off their tables. That's exactly what they're doing. They're absolute scum of the planet. And prove me wrong. Beacons of light. Yes, we are beacons of light. We're the digital light warriors of this planet. Anybody that follows the truther movement, the alternative news of this planet, a lot of them are coming out of a lot of great truthers out of England, other parts of Europe, the United States, Canada, Australia. We have a lot of truthers out there. And, even if you get into, places in Asia and stuff like that, they have, truthers out there that have a real decent platform, and they're in there digging. We've got this, although it's we're in the cleanup phase of this open air prison, and we will prevail. And then I guess, of course, when the EBS hits, it's going to absolutely devastate many, many sleepers out there. Well, it is time to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm quite tired of how, I know all you are. Yeah. Yes, Middlesbrough. Thank you very much. That's quite a handle for it, for a town or city. Where's the best place in the Philippines for the first timers? Where is it not touristy? Oh, there's, you know what? When you get there, of course, you're gonna either land, you land in, in Manila. Things are cheap enough. You can just kind of motor around. You want to stay out of the tourist spots? Go south, or you can go up into Baguio, depending what type of weather you like. Right? If you go north up into the mountains, you'll hit like the strawberry fields. I call it strawberry fields forever, and they got beautiful mountain temperate weather. But the towns are busy. All the towns and cities are busy. Every place, all the towns are rocking. So, you can hit tourist spots, like where I live is in the southern tip of Luzon, and, just hit the beaches there. There's lots of tourist spots that you can get off the beaten path. They will have accommodation there, hit the malls. The best thing to do is get out of the airport, because that's any of those Philippine airports they're not the best in the world. They're very chaotic and disorganized because they're running so many people through there, and because it's very short. Okay, it's Pasay is Pasay. Pasay. Well, that'll take you to the what do they call it? The Mall of Asia, and there's lots of hotels around there. You can get condos around there. Just go condo rental, because there's a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos own condos there, and they rent their condos out per day for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $50, $60, whatever. That's what I would do. I just get out of the airport, and then once you get your place to stay in Pasay, I wouldn't go downtown. I wouldn't go anywhere. Just go to Pasay. It's not so busy, and it's kind of a little bit of a touristy area. And that's fine. You can go hit the mall there and hang out. There's some restaurants and stuff like that you can eat at, and food's good. And from there, you can get your bearings straight, and then head out of town from there. But you can take a taxi. I mean, there's lots of Filipinos that will hire their vehicle. And you can drive out to other towns, beach towns and stuff like that. It's hard to say, there is no off-beaten track. It's just you're going from city to city, right? It's a very busy country. Is it true that Command, I got to put it in, commandeered their cloning beds? Yes, I believe what you're trying to say is yes. A lot of that has been they've been hitting a lot of these underground lab centers. Yes, yeah. The military's all over this right now. Yeah. I hope I answered that properly. Yes, there's a lot of that stuff going on. A lot of cleanup going on. Peaceful watching the birds. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Stay at peace. Get yourself grounded. Get your lawn chair out there, kick your slippers off, and bury your feet in the ground, in the grass. Yep, just ground yourself and enjoy life. We know what's coming. We know that this is all basically, and I'm going to tell you right now, everybody. I'm going to tell you right now. Everything that we're watching right now is a distraction. Okay? I want to make that very, very clear. This whole thing, and Trump going out there and being nasty with all these G7 leaderships and so-called politicians, and how the left is coming on his hole. He's doing this and he's doing some really, yes, of course he is. You know what these people have done? What these people have done to humanity? I'm going to tell you what they've done. I'm going to tell you what they've done. They have pediatricians right now that they've ordered to give the little ones shots. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of really bad stuff coming out of that. And those are the little ones that have been, they're the ones, the innocent ones that are being used as human guinea pigs. And those are the ones that are going to be going into the med beds first. Because they had no choice in this matter. Because they had stupid parents. Very stupid parents. And a lot of those stupid parents are lining up and getting their boosters as well. Absolutely brain, you know what. They are the little ones that will be saved. This is what the commander's dealing with right now. He's not just liberating, but, these hospitals that are, they had to move them out of these hospitals and into clinics. I mean, the DS is still trying to, lay out their poison programs. They're still active, but, they're being sought out and shut down as fast as they open up, but there's still innocent ones being affected. And you want us to be nice to these people? Well, who's directing it? It's all the leadership of all these countries that I mentioned, right? And I can go through those names again. Carney is right at the top of the list, and he might be next. But these are all going to be public resignations, as what we're seeing with Stalmer. I expect the rest of these, gators to be go to their podium and start spewing out all their regurgitated, premeditated tripe. I'm so sick of these gators. I'm so sick of the, I tell you, you know what I want? I would like to have a factory start up and start manufacturing gator clothing and shoes and belts and vests and coats and hats, and have people wear this stuff just to send that message to the universe. This is what will happen to you. Put these gators in a cage. Put them in a cage and give them nothing and watch them shapeshift and do whatever, because they're going to the slaughterhouse. Just exactly what they were going to do to us. The things that I know, the things that I have been told, and it's just, I cannot say it. Okay. Let's get into something here a little bit, because I got to let you know. And anyways, I told you now it's all a distraction. As I said, everything that's going on in the world right now is a distraction. Okay, so everybody's focusing in all this chaos, and then of course when you flip on and start scrolling through any YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, or even Rumble, everybody's focused in on on this stuff that's over here. Meanwhile, our commander, along with his allies, Putin included, and I just want to mention that attacking Russia, you may as well be attacking the United States, because there are Christian brothers and sisters over there, and we are Christian brothers and sisters here, and as well as in Western Europe, okay, and Eastern Europe, and we're being attacked by the oligarchs, whatever you want to call them. But every debt that you've ever had, okay, was built on a fraud. Everything was built on a fraud. Okay, your taxes, your loans, your car loans, your in-home finance loans, second mortgages, everything is a fraud. They used you and your hard-working money, and they used your birthright money to lend to you, and then they charge you mortgage on top, or charge you interest on top of it. An absolute fraud, and that's why it's all coming down. Every time you use or swipe your card, or pay for some mortgage or anything that you're paying for, even taxes at the pumps. You're feeding the monster. And that's why I've been saying, and I've been preaching this for the last 10 years, to stop paying your taxes. We're fighting a system here. I know it's a tough system, but we got to stand up to it, right? When I look back now, because I seen this coming in 2012 after the Lehman Brothers meltdown, and I said, no, I'm going to get out of this thing. And I sold my properties and I took all my money out of the banks and bought into precious metals and other commodity that the government couldn't get their hands on, right? So that was, yes, any loan. Any loan is a fraud, okay? So what I should have done was, have the property and then fight it along beside all of you. And so you can see the process of what I've gone through. But I just said I wanted to get out of it, and that's what I did in 2012 because I didn't see it coming quite to this extent, but I knew things were going to get really bad. I have been saying the same thing about taxes for a long time. Okay, that's great, and and have not paid since 2020. Good for you. And stand up to them. And I don't think you're probably not getting, just ignore them for what they're doing. I mean, we need to fight back. And these gators will not survive if they don't have tax money. You're feeding the monster. We are all feeding the monster. We control. This population in the world. We outnumber them 10,000 to 1. We outnumber these gators 10,000 to 1. That's why, Trump is in there directing right now from Camp David, the absolute financial DS financial fiat currency meltdown. The whole financial system is coming down, and our commander is directing everything, bringing it down. The dollar included, the pound included, the euro included. He's at Camp David, and he's ripping apart the global financial system and collapsing everything right now. Along with, these guys are going to be collapsing. I believe Carney's going to go very, very soon because we're in a depression. Canada's in a depression because he's given all the money away, destroying everything and stealing whatever he can on the way out. But I don't know how he's going to get away with it. He's going to end up at the YMCA. Have you been saying the same? I have been saying the same thing. Yes, good. Good for you. Yeah, 24th, I've heard. I don't put no dates out there. I mean, the only people that know what's exactly is going to happen and when that green switch gets lit up or whatever is the military. Yeah, that's, because this is a military operation. And military is going to be the only way to get these gators removed. I have so many medical bills. Stop paying them. They are trying to bar or get the money. Ignore them. Change your phone number. Block them. Just change your phone number. Go down there and get another SIM card. Go to your provider if you got a cell phone or whatever. Nobody should be having a landline. Okay? Get the landlines out of there. I mean, I'm going to explain something to everybody out there. So I'm not getting harassed. And everything that comes in through my email, okay, I can screen. If I want to give them a number or contact them back, I just email them back. That's why emails are there. I explained this thing in a video yesterday about the straw man, because I don't want anybody out there, especially the digital warriors out there, to be hurt. Stop paying everything, especially your medical bills. That all should be free, and they're trying to pull money from you so they can stuff it in their pockets. Okay. When they call and want me to ID myself, I just don't know, and that's what you don't. That you have not given them consent to pry or trespass into your world. And I'm going to explain to you the importance of this. That's where I am. I need to get a loan, I guess it is, to fix some stuff. No, forget about it. Forget about your bills. Their shit show, their game is over. Their lies, deceit, and fraud and stealing money from you is over. Give them nothing. What did the Spartans say? You give them nothing. Carney needs to, well, yeah, of course he does. Yeah, I mean, they're all going to go. France, leaderships in France, England, has done already, Germany, Italy, even Maloney. Yeah, that cow. She's all part of the cabal. She's, kissing somebody's ass, if not whatever else. No, she's a dog. I don't, unless she's playing a good part. But she might be a controlled opposition or being told by the global military to do the things that she's doing. But, I think eventually all these cabal leaderships will be gone. Well, okay, I'm going to say to you, okay, that this is all being, brought to a head. And when the EBS kicks in, everybody, as soon as that EBS kicks in, your banks are going to crash. And if your bank is crashed, you owe no money. You owe no debt. And that's why all the banks are going to crash. Once all the banks crash, then nobody has any debt, right? There will be no taxes because there won't be no government. And I'm just forewarning you that you can go ahead and start standing your ground now to, put some food on your table. If I had a choice, and, I'm encouraging, I really am encouraging for some government operator to come to my door, but they won't. I haven't paid taxes in decades. Good for you. He came back to the White House last night. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. Then he's going to operate it from the White House. It's all been cleaned out from all its demonic bullshit. So he might do operations from there. But he is bringing down the financial global system. He's operating, and he basically told Stammer to pack your shit, and he'll tell that to Carney pretty soon. Mertz, all of them, they're all gone, and Maloney too. I stopped paying 3 years ago. We are true patriots if we're doing that. We're standing up against the system. The whole system's a lie. Everything. Our medical system's a lie. Trying to pay medical, for your medical. They say it's free, but, the people that are in the States right now, look what they had to pay. To buy their, petroleum-based poison pills from Big Pharma. They were paying $30, $40, $50 for how many pills were they? And they weren't even curing you. We're going to go from oil-based petroleum pills to plant-based, God's plants ingredients. You want something, everything's out there. Everything's being laid out. They're trying to train us right now what to eat, and what to put in your juicers, what to put into your blenders and all this stuff, and get that stuff into you, give you the nourishment, and how to wash your vegetables and fruits. It's all out there. This movie will end. Yes, it will. It will end very soon, and it's going to happen here. I believe it's going to happen in the next month. Yep. I had an argument with traffic warden. Yeah. Well, there's no sense, if they want to give you a bill, whatever, or a ticket, just don't talk to them. Just say, I don't talk to badges, and grab your ticket and then take them to court. Set up a court date. What will happen was if you get a ticket, whatever, and then you go into your local courthouse, you'll be able to set a date to dispute, and chances are it'll take like 6 to 8 months, and by then this whole bullshit will be over with. There's no sense having an argument with them, Warrior, because their clones are probably gators. Yeah, that's all we are, is a number to them. Okay, we have two identities. Okay, I'm going to explain this as easy as possible. Everything, all your ID is over on the straw man. Everything that you have as ID, credit cards, birth certificate, license, driver's license, social insurance number, all your cards, your medical cards, everything is over on your straw man. Okay? And they use that straw man because it's a dead entity, as everything's in capital letters, usually in a box or whatever the case may be. Credit cards, everything is in capital letters. If you do any banking systems, it's all your information's in capital letters. The whole system is in capital letters, okay? That's your straw man. Over here, okay, is your sovereign man. Sovereign man, sovereign woman, okay? Straw man, straw woman, okay? Over here, what you want to establish is some ID, because you have no ID on your sovereign, okay? You are a sovereign living man or woman, okay? So go down, get yourself some order 250 cards. Get yourself, take your hat off, take your glasses off, and, get a passport picture done of your face. Take that down and say, I want some cards made up. And this is what I want said on them. And they'll show you some graphics that are, in behind the background stuff. You can pick whatever graphics you want. I picked the universe and stuff like that, a little bit of galactic stuff in there. And I'm actually going to get them redone when I get to the Philippines, because they're very cheap to be done down there. Okay, so you want to establish a ID, okay? And this is how you do it. You get some cards made up. Only put your one particular name in there. When you were born as a straw man, your parents registered you. They register you with a number in a box. That was, basically your parents give you away to the government, and the government took that and give it to the Wall Street or any other, stock market around the world, and they played you and used you like cattle. Betting against you whether you live or die, or how much money you'll make out through your lifetime, until you hit 65, and then they throw you to the dogs and give you a measly little pension, while they have made millions off of your birth certificate, your birthright fund. Okay, they've made millions off of that, and all that's going to come back. So yes, you can keep your straw man, but you don't identify against that. If you get stopped by the cops, yes, throw them the straw man ID. But when you get to court, say, listen, they asked for the ID. This is my straw man ID, but I am claiming this is who I am. Okay? Now, the court, being as dirty as they are, they'll fight that, whatever the case may be. Just say, well, I don't care. In your law book that you are just ask them, are you a corporation? And they'll have to say yes. And they'll say, well, I'm not. So why are we even talking? That's where it goes. And, you start the attack. You're attacking them back. And you are letting them know, planting the seed that you are a sovereign, living man or woman. And you can write that, like what I did on my card. I put the date of it was 1955. They don't even have to know the month or the day. That gives them, and then you could say, I'm a living sovereign man. Or if you want to say that or not. The card company, they're get pretty cheesy. And I know, because they're North American and they're so frickin' brainwashed. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, but that's why I go to the Philippines. I say, just write all this down and put it in there as print and produce it. That's why I'm able to get it done. Yes, we are a number. So I hope that explains that. If you've got any questions, send it over to Alex West on my Facebook. Okay.